Hello everybody, it's Gam here from Clash with Gam, and I'm here today to show you the recap of the Black Lodge's 125th clan war. So a pretty exciting milestone for us, and it happened to be a war for the ages. So you might notice I have a few more gems than I did earlier. I'll be adding to that later. I just got, Apple told me it wasn't like I was purchasing too many gems too fast, so it told me to wait. But I'm gonna add some more gems to that to prepare for the new update. I calculated it should cost about 31,000 gems for all the new stuff. So other than the max dragon, I'm probably not gonna gem that. But yeah, I'm gonna get all the spells and bring that to you, and I'll do that in a live video where I'll gem them right away and show you the spells and everything. And I also finally got my Barbarian King on my mini. That's why my push has been a little bit slow. It's really actually pretty difficult to do without lightning, to be honest. So yeah, I can see why people might complain about it. It took me about a day and a half from when I built the Dark Elixir storage. I finished it just a little bit after I built the Dark Elixir collector, and I have now started the collector to level 2, but I got the king just a couple hours ago, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, on to the replays. So we warred a Chinese clan. Oh, I can't remember how to say their name. I think it's like Gaobon or something like that. I'll promise. I'll put a text on the screen right here under their name, or next to their name, saying it in like English how you pronounce it, because someone on the forums found it. So this was a really good clan. They only had 4 losses and no draws ever. And as you can tell, they have 145 wins, so we were their 5th loss. They're 145, 0-5, so that's a very good war record. It's better than ours even. So on our side, we had 11 Town Hall 10s with Infernos, 1 high 9.5, no Infernos, or 3rd Expo, 1 really, really low 75,000 weight 9.5 is almost a 9 really, 9.1. On their side, they had 11 Town Hall 10s with Infernos. This was their only guy that didn't have max Infernos. They're number 11. And he had completely max defense other than his Infernos, which was pretty weird. So, yeah, you'll be seeing that replay soon. Anyway, both sides put up 2 Town Hall 10 3-stars, and they left Tyler the Great 1-starred. And as you can see, their number 1 had a 98% on him, and that was at the very last moment of the war to give us the win. So that was pretty exciting. Anyway, back over here. We're going to get into showing the replays. Since there weren't many 3-stars, I'm going to show you the couple of close calls. There were really 2 close calls. One was mine, and one was, I think it was 4 skins on 6 or 5, 7. Yeah, 92%, and I had an 81% on 8. So yeah, anyway, getting to this first replay. 4 skins coming through big with a 3-star on their number 3. This wasn't a Dragonflower base. It was trying to be a little tricky, trying to come up with a new design. I've seen this design around before. It looks like a good design. Because you feel like, well, if on this base you can't really get the queen and get an Inferno, but you really can, just because there isn't much damage per second or hit points to prevent you from doing it. Pretty much everything went wrong for Foreskins on this raid, and he still managed to come out with the 3-star, which was brilliant. I was really worried watching him do this raid live that he wouldn't get it, but because he missed the freeze on the Inferno and he dropped too many loons. He was supposed to leave a back end loon for this wizard tower right here, but he did not. So you'll see it's a pretty scary ending. Lightning spell goes down, perfectly gets the witch, and now that the witch is taken care of, he now finally rages his king so that he doesn't get stuck up over damaging skeletons the whole time, but he ends up over damaging a bunch of skeletons anyway. And then right here you're thinking, okay, please don't target that wizard tower, and you're like, oh, thank God, and the queen does her job and takes out the Inferno. The queen's going to live through this whole opener. I don't think she's going to die until the king kills her later. So yeah, coming in. Pathing is really easy on this base. Everything's going beautifully so far. And then, yeah, that freeze spell. Trying to get the air defense, the Tesla, the Expo and the Inferno. He definitely could have done it, but he choked. Uh, yeah, high pressure raid situation, and he choked a little bit, but that's okay. He gets the rage right down right away, uh, and then because he pathed so well, and well, really the pathing was bad more than he pathed well, to be honest. But because the pathing was so bad on this base, he was able to rage right into the Inferno and take it out. And his loons had enough steam to get to this air defense right here. We all pretty much thought it was a fail, and the air defense goes down, and we were celebrating clan chat. The attacking queen finally gets killed by the king, and now here we're like, what if there's like 2 red bombs over by that that wizard tower? What if there's even just 1 red bomb? Is like, is he gonna have enough time? So you'll have to see how close it is here. Uh, this was pretty nerve-wracking for everybody watching the replay, and I'm sure even worse for Foreskins himself. So balloons going down, 3 balloons left, red health, and they take it out. So 3 balloons on red health is all he had left to take care of that wizard tower. If he just saved 1 to distract, it would have been a lot easier. And if he just got the Inferno freeze, it would have been an overkill. So great raid by him. But before, like, I'll show you quick. That was their only non-Dragonflower base. So yeah, their other design, that was probably their weakest design. Next, we're going to show the almost 3-star by Foreskins. Again, he almost 6-starred. This was a hog raid. This was really early in the war. A really awesome raid. He just didn't quite have enough hogs or enough, well, you'll see. He just didn't quite have enough to finish it off. And he actually ran out of time here. All of his troops never died. So he sends in a golem in this opener, queen down, minion there to funnel. He's going to plop down some wizards too in a second here. Let's wait, here we go, golem down, some wizards to funnel even more. And then soon the rest of the golems will be going down. And okay, wall breakers first, and then he sends in the golems, okay. Now the wall breakers didn't quite get through the wall, but they took it down so low the golems will punch through it without it really being much of an issue. The queen's being smart. She's going to take out that air defense and then loop inside instead of doing something stupid. And then after this lightning spell goes down and everything's dead, then he'll send in the king. Sending in your king as late as possible is not as late as possible, but late enough that it won't get caught up on the clan castle is really key in most of these raids. So now he starts with his hogs over here, putting him in pretty nicely. They're pathing their way through. He's going to freeze that Inferno there and heal up. Maybe if he got the Archer Tower too with the freeze, would have been enough. His king and queen are still alive up there. He sends in some hogs with the giant to take care of a Tesla. He still has 1 giant, 1 minion, and 1 heal spell along with his queen ability. So both heroes still alive. Now he's got a heal down taking out this compartment. There's a giant bomb about to go off here. Not all of his hogs were in heal there, and I think that's kind of what cost him. If he moved his heal spell maybe a tile to the southwest, might have been a 3-star. And now his queen is finally taking fire, still has ability, but she's going to, after taking out that cannon, she's going to retarget onto the wall instead of taking a step over and either shooting the Tesla. So it probably would have been a 3-star if he took out that Tesla, because his king will take that out, and he still has a Golemite alive. But that giant bomb goes off and ends that. The queen's been dead for a while, so it's just these last few archers. Can they take down the Tesla? No, they can't, because it's got full health. And his cleaned up troops just walk around the base. They never die. They run out of time at the end, just barely. So really, really close. About 3/4 of a Tesla's hit points away from a 3-star. Really is what that was. Next, we'll show my raid on number 8. Pretty standard shattered Golaloon, except for that I took 4 hounds and only 15 loons, including the CC loon, which is a little bit light on the loons, but a little heavy on the air defense, and that's just how you needed to do it for this base. Pretty solid base design. I did have that level 2 expo, which was a little weird, and 2 non-max air defenses, but the rest of the base is pretty much max as far as it matters. So yeah, wall breaker in, get the jump down. Really like the jump value I could get on this base. The witch comes out, loons, wizard, and I get the lightning down. I sent in the king a little early on this because I knew the lightning could take care of everything at once. There weren't like any wizards or anything that would slow it down. The king doesn't get to the queen like I hoped it would though, but the skeletons here are going to die as soon as the golem explodes, so it doesn't waste my queen's time. My queen takes out the queen, and now she's right on top of the inferno. She takes that out, and then here I'll start the loon part of the raid. And I'll pause and show you where this went wrong. This was very nearly a 3-star, nearer than the 80% shows. It was about 0.1 second from a 3-star. So I'll watch that air bomb go off on these loons there. And I'm about to drop a rage. Okay, now watch these 3 loons here. If those 3 loons take out that air, or now 2, see they're about to drop their balloons. They can see them reach out and drop it, but they don't. So what ends up happening because of that is that these balloons were supposed to go there, this balloon was supposed to go there, and these 2 balloons were supposed to go to the inferno to take out the inferno, but that didn't happen. So if they went that way, if that wizard tower had gone down, it probably would have been a 3-star. So it was pretty close there. And then the rest of the raid, it wasn't never going to be a 3-star because the inferno didn't get taken out, which killed pretty much all the balloons. So yeah, pretty close. Not quite as close as Foreskins and the end result, but if my timing was a little better with my loon drops, I think I would have had it. Now on to our last one, Conan, coming through with a nice 3-star, like we see so often. Yeah, see, this is their bottom Town Hall 10, completely max offense except for these Infernos, so they definitely had a weight advantage on us in the Town Hall 10 area, even though we did have 2 more 9.5s early, another 9.5, and then a 240 camp space Town Hall 9. But yeah, Conan sending in his golems here. This was near the end of the raid. This was the raid that told us we were either going to tie or win instead of lose or tie. So yeah, heading in lightning spell, takes out the witch. This king is way deep in the base already doing work, kills the defending queen. Looks like his golems might even taken out that inferno if his queen doesn't. About to ability the queen, takes out the expo, and then she'll take out the inferno like a smart queen. Then he'll clockwork the base. Again, 4 hounds. No, only 3 hounds. He puts all 3 hounds in the first air defense here, which is pretty interesting. Conan likes to do it. I don't, but it worked for him. He's better at Golem than I am, so maybe I should start trying to do it. But yeah, and then clockwork is going pretty well. Still has a hound alive here. Let's see, can they close out that air defense with the hound still alive? That's pretty important. They don't, so they have no hound covering that last air defense at all. But they have 6 balloons, and the queen is still there. And the queen is going to take out the last air defense. Oh no, damage it. Would have been cool if she took it out. And this barely gets it done here. He doesn't have any balloons left, actually, when it dies the last loon splash. No, he is, okay, yeah, 1 balloon and then it gets taken out by black bombs. So yeah, good thing it was a mortar left, not a wizard tower, an archer tower, or it might not have been a 3-star, and we might have tied instead of won the war. But great raid by Conan nonetheless, really clutch in the last 30 minutes of war, way to bring home the gold. I'm only going to show Town Hall 9 3-stars that were by Town Hall 9s. I'm not going to show dip attacks because you don't really learn much from them. Yeah, so I'm going to commentate the first couple of these, and then I'm just going to let them run silently because it's going to take forever to watch through all of them, and I'll run out of things to say. So this is BA coming in on their very top Town Hall 9, who's completely maxed with, except for a couple of walls. He's like 90% lava walls. So, solid 74th K weight, Town Hall 9. funneling really wide here. Almost kind of a queen walk how much he's funneling, to be honest. This queen's just going to devastate this base. Got the Expo hooked onto the golem. Got the defending queen distracted, or defending king, and he's going to get taken out by the wizards and his queen. Now he sends in his king. The lightning spell will be incoming, I'm sure. Here it is. Off to the left because it's the second spell. Gets everything. He's going to rage his king probably here to take out the queen. Yep, there it goes. Defending queen dead. And now he starts hogging, kind of surgical, kind of Asian hog deployment there, kind of half and half. Pre-heals this giant bomb spot here. He was right, it's a double giant bomb spot, and he loses a lot of hogs to it. But because of the surgical nature of the raid, you won't lose all of them, and he'll have enough left to clean up the rest of the base. So his queen's still pounding away up in the top bit. His hogs are still snaking through the base. That giant's taking that archer tower fire nicely. He's out of heals now, but there's no more giant bomb spots except for right by that sweeper there. It looks like the queen will be able to take care of that on her own. Not sure if there was a giant. Oh no, there wasn't. Yeah, so that wasn't even a giant bomb spot. Now it's clean up. So when we're talking about common things we see in 3 stars, in Town Hall 10 3 stars, you see a lot of high value freezes, and in Town Hall 9 3 stars, you see queens living through the whole raid to help attack. This is Vicious Nova. And instead of commenting on this raid, I am going to kind of talk about how this war happened. This was a completely random war. We let it search for a really long time, and yeah, we took forever to find this match. And all of prep day, they ran anti-2-star bases on all their Town Hall 10s and kind of shitty looking bases on their Town Hall 9s. So we thought it would be a pretty easy war. We also didn't see how good, like their Town Hall 9s, most of them didn't have many war stars, but their Town Hall 10s did have a lot of war stars, as I mentioned in the last video. I thought off the bat this was going to be a pretty rough war, but as a clan, we didn't really start taking this war seriously until they threw up anti-3-star bases on their Town Hall 10s with only a couple of hours left in the war, and we couldn't get all of our 10s on to switch their bases to their good anti-3 bases, which most of us did, except for 2 of us, and those were the 2 Town Hall 10 3-stars by their side, were on our 2 bases that we didn't get to switch, or the people didn't switch, so that was a little unfortunate. They were anti-3 bases, but they weren't approved by, anti-3 bases, and they had some pretty obvious weaknesses, and both of them got taken down by the Go-Eho strat, the Golem Witch Hog strategy. And I'm not supposed to show those, even though they're 3-star bases, but just not showing Town Hall 10, or not showing any of our defenses this war, because that's what I was told to do. So sorry about that. But yeah, there's some pretty cool Go-Wehos. One of their guys had a 94% Go-Weho and another 3-star, and then the other guy, and they had another guy who got a 3-star, so they had a couple of really top-tier attackers. From what I've heard, these guys are friends with Hao Chan, or however you say it, the clan that just hoarded Clash Heads and gave them a really good fight. And they're also friends with MKMA, who I'm sure most of you are familiar with, and they actually apparently had a couple of members visiting from MKMA, who were the guys who did their 3-stars. Like, this wasn't, they didn't hunt us or anything, definitely. This was definitely a random match, but they're friends with both those clans, and apparently, from what I've heard, they had a couple of MKMA guys in this clan during this war, and that just happened to be what happened. So, nice 3-star by Nova here. Oh, we got some minions, cool. There's so many of these. I'm sorry, I can't show you all of these on full speed. I'll show you this last one on normal speed, and then I'm going to fast forward through the rest of them at 4 times speed. If you want to watch them more carefully, go into the playback settings of this video on YouTube and change the speed to 0.25 or 0.5 or whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be over an hour long, and I don't really have any music to play over it or anything like that, so I don't want to have an hour and a half video where I don't play any music, because that would be like, no one would want to watch that. So I think I'll just try to talk over them and have them go at an accelerated speed. So yeah, this was we didn't expect this match. We didn't kind of take them seriously. Right off the bat, we were out to like an 80-star lead. They only had 3 attacks in the first 12 hours, and for only 1 star. So we kind of thought they had given up or weren't trying. So we kind of relaxed a little bit. But then they started like pounding back and turned it into a 1-star war. We only cleared 9s with like 5 or 6 Town Hall 10 attacks remaining, which is like the least we've ever had. But it also had to do with there were 29 Town Hall 9s in this war that we had to clear, and that's a lot more than we usually do. Like in most of our Elite Wars, we bring a lot more Town Hall 10s, but we have a couple out visiting and a couple that can't play right now. So we only had 11 Town Hall 10s, which is a lot below what we usually have. So especially with how many high weight 9s they had, it made it a little bit difficult for us to clear their 9s with our own 9s. So we had to dip a lot of attacks. And we also had some problems with disconnecting. We had one of our guys who was supposed to dip both attacks because he had low heroes. He disconnected on his first raid for a 0% 0-star, so that was pretty unfortunate. And I think he like 98% 2-starred because he ran out of time on the second raid. So like stuff like that, where stuff usually doesn't go wrong. We had so many 90+% 1 or 2 stars in this raid by our 9s, it was ridiculous. And we had the one at Town Hall 10 that I showed you. So nice raid by Timmy. Timmy throwing up a 6-piece this war. Shout out to our glorious leader. Amazing job by him. 15 rounded doing this at max speed. Yes, so these are all still Town Hall 10 on Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 9 raids. So move through them. Sorry for speeding through, but yeah, you can slow this down if you really want to watch in YouTube, or download the video and slow it down on your own. I don't know, but I don't want to make this video ridiculously long. So sorry about that. Last time I sped up attacks, I had some people tell me not to do that, but the amount of time it would take me to upload a 2-hour video, I wouldn't be able to get it uploaded in time to do. I also need to do a video on my mini tonight, and I need to have that and this both uploaded before I do the I'm gonna do the update. This is Town Hall 10. Before I do the update, talk about Town Hall 10, back to Town Hall 9. Before I do the update where I like gem the stuff in. The update video where I gem the stuff from the update is what I'm trying to say, sorry. So yeah. Pretty excited for this update. If you guys haven't seen yet, all the patch notes have been leaked and the pictures are out of everything, and there's a bunch of other things in the update, like a lot of buildings. Almost every building really is getting a bit of a hit point buff at 10 to 20%, so that's going to be kind of annoying. The haste spell has been confirmed, not by Supercell, but we know the stats on it. It is it's the speed half of a rage spell. It's even faster than a rage spell, but it doesn't increase damage. And I believe you can stack a rage and a haste spell, so you could have some ridiculously fast moving troops if you really wanted to. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about the haste spell. It's not as big as the rage spell, like I kind of predicted, but it is pretty big. The rage spell is currently a 4-tile radius. The haste spell is a 3-tile radius, so it's going to be slightly more than half of the area, about like 60% I think it was. So it looks like it will be worth it to use 2 haste spells instead of rage spells for most loon attacks. So you're going to be seeing a lot of haste spells in high-level gameplay now, which is pretty exciting, and a lot of poison spells, I would imagine, too. And these new changes are going to open up all sorts of doors for new attack types and new attack army compositions and all sorts of stuff. So pretty exciting. Here's Timmy's second 3-star with some Valks. This is a pretty interesting raid. Probably would have showed this if it was a normal recap, just because Valk raids are fun, and he really 4-starred this base. Really ran over it. He really even has to do anything with his loons. I think like every single one lives except for the bombed ones. So yeah, really awesome raid there. Okay, next raid now, 24 or 22. This was our last raid that added stars by Town Hall 10, but it was a Town Hall 10 with 40/40 dipping to clean the last 9. But ours could do it and theirs couldn't, so that's how we won. Now Messi, one of our newer members, I think he threw up a 6-star this war too, so good job by him. And as you can see, we're like all the way down on their 9s, and we're still at 73 weight. So they had some beefy 9s, and they really this clan really did catch us off guard with how they didn't run bases, and we had never heard of them, and they didn't have like too many wins. Like I'm sure if they had 190 wins, we'd have been like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a hard war, but they didn't, so we don't. They didn't, so we didn't. But we ended up getting ourselves together and pulling out the win at the end. Dip. Biggerino from One Hive is visiting us for a couple of wars. Really solid attacker. Put up this 3-star. So shout out to him for visiting and then getting thrown into a hard war without expecting it, and coming through with a big raid for us. So really, if any of these raids you're watching didn't went wrong, it would have been a tie probably. Maybe not, but yeah, there's a lot of high pressure raids in this war. Yeah, but we didn't let the pressure get to us. Like the pressure got to their number 1, and he completely choked. So we did deserve to win. Messi with his second 3-star. A lot of Town Hall 9 Dragonfly bases from these guys. We don't really use any of those in our clan, but they seem to hold up fairly well for the most part. So they're not bad base designs. Yeah, they're all right. If you can get the hogs going on the outer ring, and you have a lot of spring traps there, they can be really effective against hogs. And of course, their whole design is to be anti-Laloon, but even though they are anti-Laloon, everyone knows how to Laloon them, which makes them kind of easier than some other bases to Laloon, it seems like. Yo Mama, another new member. I believe they also 6-starred, so we had a lot of really strong performances from certain 9s this war, which is always fun to see. Seeing a lot of hog attacks like we normally do. This new update is going to be a kind of a hog nerf, I think, or at least a surgical hog nerf, because with all the defenses having, pretty much all the defenses having more hit points, it's going to take longer for the hogs to get through the base, so that's a bit of a change. This wasn't really a surgical hog, though. This is kind of 2 trains of hogs, and yeah, because there weren't really any double giant bomb spots that made any sense on this base, so he didn't have to surgical it. But a good raid, nonetheless. Definitely did the job. So yeah, you might be seeing more hog raids like that post-update instead of the surgical, like 3 to 4 hogs on each defense raids, because you'll need 4 to 5 hogs on each defense now, and there might not be enough to finish off the whole base for your hogs not to stall out and die. Another dip. Pretty nice raid by Soothe here. A really nice funnel there. Everything went to plan. That's something else. That's key both to Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 10 raids. Funneling, getting your funnel really nice and wide so you don't have to worry about your king walking or anything like that. It's usually something, if you're looking for a way to improve, you can usually improve your funnels pretty quickly. 30. Again, sorry for 4-timesing through all these, but I just don't have enough time to like this. It'll make this video too long if I don't. So just, again, if you're watching and right now still and you're like, I don't want to watch in 4 times speed, mute me, turn on some music, and change the playback setting to 4.25 speed on YouTube. And it should be just like you're watching it in normal time with some music over it. So, yeah. Something else about the update, in the official patch notes that were leaked, there's no mention of the 10 new walls, but we're all pretty sure that that's still going to be a thing, even though it wasn't in the patch notes. They don't always have everything in the patch notes, especially because this was a really long patch note. Oh, what did I do? Yeah, that's the clan we're warring right now. I'll go over this war in a second. No. I am failing pretty hard right here. What did we just show? I think we just showed that. So now we're on, no, we just showed that too. We're on this, I think. Yeah. Maddie's our top Town Hall 9. Maddie saved his raids for the very end, our last 2 Town Hall 9 raids, so because we trusted him to clean up, because he's one of our best attackers, and he does have 30/30 heroes, which helps. But we had a lot of Town Hall 9s put up 6 stars this war, which is pretty cool. Another Dragonflower base here, or Town Hall 9 Dragonflower equivalent base thingy. And his hogs get the job done, only 2 left, so pretty tight, but his queen lived, which is again a key component to 3-starring, especially at Town Hall 9. Your queen living helps you a lot. Resi Jr., we're not going to show all the rest of the raids because they had like a couple of trash accounts at the bottom to try to game matchmaking. Like they had like their bottom 5. I'm not going to show because they're all so low. So we'll stop at their 35. Resi Jr., who is Resi's second account, if you couldn't figure that out. Yeah. So running 2 accounts, a Town Hall 9 and a Town Hall 10 account. So that's pretty cool. Resi's pretty good at both of them. Garithor. As you can see, their 9s are already getting pretty light here, like 67 weight 9, which is heavier than our highest or lowest 9 still, but it's still pretty light for their 33rd 9. CC Drag and Velk. That's pretty weird. You don't usually see Velks and Dragons in the same clan castles. But that is something you could very well be seeing a lot of post-update with the Poison Spell. Because the Poison Spell makes basically putting minions, witches, even wizards, and barbs, and well, definitely archers, but even wizards and barbs too, pretty ineffective because they'll just die before they can get out of the radius of the spell. Something that we did find out that I don't think really anyone noticed in the video, at least I didn't. The Poison Spell slows down troop speed, apparently, more at every level. So that's something to watch out for to keep them in the range of the spell longer. So now one more after this, before their accounts get really low and there's really no point. So yeah, this was a really fun war, probably our last hard war before this update, which is going to change pretty much everything once again, so it's going to take us a while to figure out what's good at this update, what's not. So who knows, you might see us in this war we're currently in, you might see us put up, you might see us 3-star every base, you might see us not even clean 9s, or it's hard to say right now. It looks like this update is going to be more of an offense buff than a defense buff, but with the hit point adjustments to the buildings, it looks a little bit less like that. It looks like a pretty strong buff to both. So, and here's the last one in the show. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting update as far as gameplay wise. It'll be cool to see what new meta strategies emerge and everything. Hopefully I can be a little bit at the forefront of those, having my spells max day one, because not everyone is going to gem them, obviously, but hopefully that gives me a little bit of an advantage for now. Who knows, it might even push me up to number 1 on the war list of, like, base weight wise, even though I don't have max defense or max wells yet. But it might just do that, who knows, because we don't know how much these spells are in a way. So if I gem these spells and next door I'm suddenly 109,000 weight, I might be a little bit bummed if they're not that good. But I'm going to do it because I'm excited about it, and I've been waiting for a change at Town Hall 10 for a while now, and we finally have it. So this is probably a pretty long video. Let me check the runtime, 36 minutes already. So very long. This is going to take forever to upload. So we're going to do this really quickly. We match this, okay, we matched this clan called Olympus Warfare. They have 175 wins, so that's a lot, level 6, clan from Mexico. Pretty decent looking clan, but the only thing is they're running like all anti-2 bases, and they only have one guy with 40 heroes. So yeah, that's their only top base. He is running an anti-3 base now, but he wasn't earlier. Now it looks like, okay, a few more of them are too. Yeah, but only a couple of them. But yeah, they only have one guy with 40 heroes, so they're not going to be able to 3-star any of our 10s, I don't think. Or if they do, it'll be just our very lowest ones, which we do have some lower ones back in this war. We're back to 13. Lego and the Underground were out, but now they're in, and they're pretty low. Defense weight-wise, they do have a big advantage on us. They have 16 guys with Infernos to our 11, so that's 5. Town Hall 10 3-stars we'll have to put up if they clear our 9s, and I think we'll be able to put up those 3-stars anyway, and I doubt they'll clear our 9s. But maybe they'll surprise us and give us a really good war, and also the update can change everything, because this war day is going to start once the updates happened. So anyway, I got to get going because I got to get this rendering and uploaded, because it's going to be a really long video, and I've got hopefully 2 more, I hopefully have another video to get out before the update, and I want to be recording the other video right as the update happens. So anyway, this has been Gam from the Black Lodge. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry about fast forwarding through all those, but it's just I didn't have time to do it any other way. You wouldn't have seen the raids at all if I couldn't fast forward through them. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Peace out.